Right, such short notice. Well, the task should be easy.
Satisfy you, for we are merry folk who would make all as merry as ourselves. For look you, there is humour in all things, and the truest philosophy is that which teaches us to find it and make the most of it.
Off, I say, a manly fellow.
Did I not hear her say hands off?
Aye, I heard her say it, and I felt her do it. What then?
And thou dost not see the humour in that?
Nay, if I do, hang me!
Did thou just not observe? She said hands off, whose hands thine off, whom off her. Why? Because she is a woman! Had she not been a woman, thy hands had not been set on her at all. So the very reason for laying on of hands is the reason for taking off of hands. And herein lies contradiction contradicted. Tis the very man to pro and con too, and no lopsided union either as times go, for man is not more unlike con as pro is unlike woman, yet men and women marry every day, with none to say, oh, the pity of it, except I, and fools like me. Now, wherewithal shall we please you? We can rhyme you couplets, triolets, quatrains, sonnet, roundelay, ballad, or what you will. Or we can dance you Sullivan, Gondola, Carol, Pimpernel, or Jumping Joan.
Let us give them the singing farce of the Merryman and his maid. Therein is song and dance too.
I have a song to sing. Oh.
Sing me your song,
It is sung to the moon by a lovelorn loon who fled from the mocking throng. Oh, it's a song of a merry man, moping mum, whose soul was sad, whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady, misery me, lack-a-day-dee. He sipped no sup and he craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing.
What is your song?
It is sung with the ring of the songs made sing for love, with a love like a long. Oh, it's the song of a merry maid feeling round, who loved alone, who laughed aloud, at the moan of the merry man moving mum, whose soul was sad, whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady, lady, misery me, lack-a-day-dee. He sipped no sup and he craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing. Oh.
Sing me your song, oh.
It is sung to the knell of a churchyard bell with a doleful dirging dong. Oh, it's a song of a popinjay bravely born, who turned up his noble nose with scorn at the humble merry maid really proud, who loved alone and who laughed out loud at the moan of a merry man moping mum, whose soul was sad, whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady, lady, the misery me, lack-a-day-dee. He sipped no rose up and he craved no crown as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
Sing me your song,
It is sung with a sigh and a tear in the eye, for it tells of a righted wrong. Oh, it's the song of a merry maid once so gay, who turned on a hill and drift away from the beer-cup popinjay bravely born, who turned of his noble nose with scorn, and the humble heart that he did not prize. So she begged on her knees with downcast eyes for the love of a merry man holding rum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady, lady, his ring black lady, his veins were long and he sighed no more, for he lived in the love of a lady.
Well done, well done.
a kiss to her. Really, mate?
Anywhere I am armed.
Look at the back, sir's back. This is going too far. I does not see the humour of it. There's humour in everything. Even this.
What is this bother?
Sir, we sang and danced for these folk, and they would have repaid us with gross courtesy, were it not for your honour's coming.
Away with ye. Clear the rabble.
Now, my girl, who are you? What do you here?
May it please you, sir, we are two strolling players, Jack Point and I, Elsie Maynard, at your worship service. We travel from fair to fair, singing and dancing and playing brief interludes, and so we make a poor living.
You too, eh? Are ye man and wife?
Oh, no, sir. For though I am a fool, there is a limit to my folly. Her mother, old Bridget, her mother, old Bridget Maynard, travels with us, for Elsie is a good girl. But the old woman is abed with fever, and we've come here to pick up some silver to buy the lectuary for her.
Hark ye, my girl, your mother is ill,
Sorely ill, sir.
and needs good food and many things that thou canst not buy.
Alas, sir, it is too true.
Wouldst thou earn 100 crowns?
100 crowns? They might save her life.
Then listen. A worthy but unhappy gentleman is to be beheaded in an hour on this very spot. For sufficient reasons, he desires to marry before he die, and he hath asked me to find him a wife. Wouldst thou be that wife?
The wife of a man I have never seen.
Why, look you, sir, I am concerned in this, for though I'm not yet wedded to Elsie Maynard, time works wonders, and there's no knowing what may be in store for us. Have we your worship's word that this gentleman will die today?
Nothing is more certain, I grieve to say.
And the maiden will be allowed to depart the very instant the ceremony is at an end?
The very instant. I pledge my honour that it be so.
100 crowns.
100 crowns.
For my part, I consent. It is for Elsie to speak.
How say you, maiden, will you wed a man about to lose his head? For half an hour you'll be a wife, and then the dowry's yours for life. A headless bridegroom I refuse, if truth the poets tell. Most bridegrooms ere they marry lose both head and heart as well.
A strange proposal you reveal, which almost makes my senses reel. I lost my very morning date, and such is so my soul in need. My brother, sir, is like to die, as
So now my promised wife, my lovely bride, is to be to marry anyone but me. Yet if the fee is promptly paid and grave, within the hour is duly laid, objection I will waive. Yes, objection I will waive. Temptation, no temptation, were we great intended to shun whatever station your fascination splendid, or forward every view you, head over heels into you, head over heels, head over heels, head over heels into you. I'd like some of my jests out of place.
I have a vacancy for such an one. Tell me, what are your qualifications for such a post?
Marry, sir, I've a pretty wit. I can rhyme you extempore, I can convulse you with quip and conundrum. I've the light of philosophies at my tongue's tip. I can be merry, wise, quaint, grim, sardonic, one by one, or all at once. I've a pretty turn for anecdote. I know all of the jests, ancient and modern, past, present, and to come. I can riddle you from dawn of day until set of sun, and if that content you not, well on to midnight and the small hours. Oh, sir, a pretty wit, I warrant you, a pretty, pretty wit. I jive and joke, and quip and crank, follery folk, and men of rank. I ply my craft, and know no fear, yet in my shaft, at prince or peer, at peer or prince, at prince or peer, I aim my shaft, and know no fear. I've risen from the east and from the west, that's subject to no academic rule. You may find it in the jeering of a jest, or distill it from the folly of a fool. I can teach you, trick you with a mind, I can trick you into whining with a laugh. Oh, we know all my folly, 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 and you'll find a grain of truth amongst the chaff. Oh, we know all my folly, 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 and you'll find a grain of truth amongst the chaff. I can set a braggart quilling with a quip, the upshot I can wither with a whim. He may well have any laugh upon his lip, but his laughter has an echo that is grim. When it's offered to the world in many eyes, unpleasant to swallow not a will. For he who makes his fellow creatures wise should always get the philosophic pill. For he who makes his fellow creatures wise should always gild the philosophic pill.
Came you to leave your last employ?
Why, sir, it was in this wise. My lord was the Archbishop of Canterbury, and it was considered that one of my jests unsuited to his Grace's family circle. In truth, I venture to offer a poor riddle, sir. Wherein lies the difference between his Grace and poor Jack Point? His Grace was pleased to give it up, sir, and thereupon I told him that when his Grace was paid £10,000 a year for being good, poor Jack Point was good for nothing. 'Twas but a harmless jest, but it offended his grace, who whipped me and set me in stocks as a scurril rogue.
Oh, very funny, yes.
And so we parted. I have leave not to take post again under the dignified clergy.
But I trust you are very careful not to give offence. I have daughters.
All my jokes are very carefully selected, and anything objectionable is expunged. If your honour pleases, I will try them first on your honour's chaplain.
Can you give me an example? Say that I sat me down hurriedly on something sharp.
Why then, sir? I should say that you had sat down on the spur of the moment.
I don't think much of that. Is that the best you can do?
Well, it's always been much admired, sir, but we will try again.
Well then, we are at dinner, and the joint of meat is but half cooked.
Why then, sir? I should say that what is underdone cannot be helped.
I see. I think that manner of thing would be somewhat irritating.
At first, sir, perhaps, but use is everything, and you would come in time to like it.
We will suppose that I caught you kissing the kitchen wench under my very nose.
Under her very nose, sir. That's what I would kiss her, not under yours. You take me, oh, sir, a pretty wit. I want you a pretty wit.
The maiden comes. Follow me, friend, and we will discuss this matter at length in my library.
I am your worship's servant. That is, I trust I soon shall be. But before proceeding to a more serious topic, can you tell me, sir, why is a cook's brain pan like an overwound clock?
A truce to this fooling. Follow me.
Just my luck, my best conundrum. Wasted. Oh.
'Tis done. I am a bride. Little wreath that bearest in thy circlet, all the gladness that lovers hope for, and let poets sing. What bringest thou to me? But gold and sadness. A bridegroom all unknown, save in this wise, today he dies. Today, alas, he dies. Oh, tear the long-drawn sigh, fit a bride, no sad a wife can I the whole world wide. Ah me, yet hates than me who would consent to lose the very rose of youth, the flower of life, to be in honest truth a wedded wife, no matter whose, no matter whose. Ah me, what profit we all maids that sigh, the gold should live if wedded I.
for a dying man and his confessor to be closeted alone with a strange singing girl. I would fain have espied them, but they stopped up the keyhole. My keyhole!
Wilfred, and alone.
What could he have wanted with her? That's what puzzles me.
Now to get the keys from him. Wilfred? Has no reprieve arrived?
None. Thine adored Fairfax is to die.
Nay, thou knowest I have naught but pity for the poor condemned gentleman.
I know that he who is about to die is worth more to thee than I, who am alive and well.
Why, that are out of reason, dear Wilfred. Do they not say that a live ass is better than a dead lion? No, I didn't mean that.
Oh, they say that, do they?
It is unpardonably rude of them, but they do put it in that way, I believe. Not that it applies to thee, who art clever, beyond all telling.
Oh, yes, as an assistant tormentor.
Oh, nay, as a wit, as a humorist, as a most philosophic commentator on the vanity of human resolution.
Truly, I have seen great resolution give way under my persuasive methods. In the nice regulation of a thumb screw, in the 100th part of a single revolution, lieth all the difference between stony reticence and a torrent of impulsive unbosoming that the pen can scarcely follow. I am a mad wag.
Thou art a most light-hearted and a delightful companion, Master Wilfred. Thine anecdotes of the torture chamber are the prettiest hearing.
I'm a pleasant fellow, and I choose. I believe I am the merriest dog that barks. We might be passing happy together.
Oh, perhaps, I do not know.
For thou wouldst make a most tender and loving wife.
I? To one whom I really loved. For there is a wealth of love within this little heart, saving up for, I wonder whom. Of all the world of men, I wonder whom. To think that he whom I am to wed is now alive and somewhere, perhaps far away, perhaps close at hand, and I know him not. It seemeth that I am wasting time in not knowing him.
Say that it is I. Suppose it for the nonce. Say that we are wed. Suppose it only. Say that thou art my very bride, and I thy bright, cheery, joyous, frolicsome husband. And that the day's work being done, and the prisoners safely stored away for the night, thou and I are alone together, with a long, long evening before us.
Oh, it is a pretty picture. But I scarcely know. It cometh so unexpectedly. And yet were I thy bride.
I? Wert thou my bride?
How I would love thee! Were I thy bride, then all the world beside were not too wide to hold my wealth of love. Were I thy bride, upon should be a song, no grief, no wrong should make my heart rebel. Were I thy bride, the silvery flute, the melancholy lute, when my doves would to my low whispered coo. Were I thy bride, the skylark's trill were but discordant shrill to the soft thrill of wooing as I grew. Were I thy bride, the roses sigh were as a caron's cry to lullaby such as I'd sing to thee. Were I thy bride, a feather's breast were leaden heaviness to my caress, but then of course you see, I'm not thy bride.
No, thou art not. Not yet. Lord, how she wooed. And I should be no mean judge of wooing, seeing that I have been more hotly wooed than most men. I've been wooed by maid, widow, and wife. I've been wooed boldly, timidly, tearfully, shyly, by direct assault, by suggestion, by inference, and by innuendo. But this wooing is not of the common order. This wooing is of the one who needs must woo me, if she died for it.